So when we're in driver's ed, it's constantly drilled into our head that driving is a privilege. And I kind of feel like there's really no need for them to be constantly saying that, if ever at all. Because obviously when we're driving, most of us should know that we have to obey most laws that make sense. Like, you don't want people driving recklessly on the road or driving intoxicated, because yeah, there's going to be consequences for endangering other people's lives. But that really should be kind of a given. It's obvious that in society there are going to be repercussions for potentially harming other people. But I don't feel like it's at all necessary in driver's ed or at any other time during our adulthood that we be told that driving is a privilege. Because to me, that's, ever since I took driver's ed when I was maybe 16, that has always felt like it was coming from an authoritarian place that was very much there to let you know where you stand and to just kind of remind you that you're always the little guy, and the government ultimately is the one that has all the authority. And I'm picking on this as an example because there are many examples of authoritarian control in the United States government, both state and federal. So if anyone comes at me in the comments, which they did in the last video when I tried to talk about this, I guess I needed to articulate that, yes, obviously, when you're driving, you have to obey certain rules that we've all agreed upon in society, that you need to follow such rules so that you're not endangering other people. But that's a given, again. So putting that aside for a second, there's just absolutely no reason that we need to be told that driving is a privilege. If anything, it should be the opposite. I think driving as a responsible adult should be an inherent right. And yes, of course, if you do something dumb that is going to endanger other people, then yes, there are going to be consequences. But other than those things, yes, it is your right. And the reason I don't like the word privilege is because it has the connotation that even when you're doing everything perfectly and following all the rules like a good, obedient citizen, it's just, they just still want to make sure that you're aware that driving is a privilege that could just be plucked away from you at any moment. And it's not only that, it's by saying it's a privilege, it's like they're saying it's granted by the government, which I completely disagree with. And this is a very slippery slope, because some people might come at me saying, oh, it's just a semantics thing, but I really don't think it is, because I strongly was opposed to that language when I was 16, and I'm 40 now, and it still doesn't sit with me all these years later, because I know deep down that there's definitely more to it, and there's a reason that they drill that into your heads over and over again when you're taking the written exam. And I'm all about road safety. If anything, there are plenty of drivers out there that probably should not be driving at all, because they really are doing dumb, reckless things that are endangering other people. I see it on a daily basis. But I hope people can see where I'm coming with this, because it's a slippery slope. Because if you let things like that kind of language slide, that's just one of many little seeds that the government on any level is trying to plant in your head. And it's one of many. It's a whole thing. It might sound like a conspiracy, but if there's something that doesn't sit well in your gut, there is a reason. Usually, almost always, if you have a feeling that it's like a gut feeling, you really need to pay attention to that. It's our God-given, like, sixth sense that we have. So, really need to watch out for that and be interested to hear what you guys think.